Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Very good afternoon to you, and welcome to another moment when we go through the markets to indeed look for opportunities to grow our wealth. Someone may be wondering who is talking to me right now. Well, let me introduce myself. I am your wealth creation enthusiast with a passion for helping individuals and corporate organizations build their personal net worth, particularly to help via the stock market and the capital markets, the money markets. And of course, that way you build your net worth, both corporate and individual net worths. And this is what we're all about, looking for legitimate means through the capital markets to make money for ourselves. And as long as you are in paid employment or in business, you are not done with the money game until you have created a fortress of financial assets that will look after you in the days when you may not be required to continue that job, or you may not have the strength to keep running around that business. That's the main focus, and that's the main reason why we are here. And so, diligent Nigerians at home and abroad, and of course some foreigners, came together and formed the Net Worth Investors Club, which is the investment community that is what we are doing right now. You may be joining us for the first time, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have the same interest with us, well, we are all glad to join forces with you to grow your money. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we start today's live stream. And of course, we are on various platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and on Instagram. So I'd like to welcome every one of you for taking time out to always be a part of this community and this movement. I hope your 1 million shares challenge is coming on well, and some of you are already hitting and exceeding your targets. Someone may be wondering, what is this all about? Well, with time, I'll give you further explanations. Thank you very much from wherever you are joining. I salute your courage to continue to build legitimate wealth. As usual in this program, we'll be proceeding with taking your comments when I am done with the review of trading activities in the stock market yesterday. But before then, let me also introduce our able and capable moderators in the house, talking about Maobi, Benita, and Gratitude Boss. They will be joining me along the line if time and their schedule permits to also co-host. And then, of course, they will also be at the comment section responding to your comments, especially on things that I may not be able to catch up with. You know the rule. Keep pasting your comments repeatedly, because the screen actually scrolls automatically, and we will need your help to do that so we don't miss out on your comments. We want to be able to respond to as many comments as possible, answer your questions, and carry everyone along. Apologies for YouTube family yesterday. Today all is now sorted. Hopefully we have a fantastic live stream also on that platform. Thank you once again. You know how we do it from the beginning to the end of this live stream. Just go ahead and keep power tapping your screens by way of liking and sharing as often as possible. There's no restriction whatsoever. That is because by those screen actions that you execute at your end, you will be drawing the attention of many others who need information that we are sharing here, so they don't get to go and pay for it elsewhere. But most importantly, they get enough to start without having to pay and then carry on joining us. We are happy to share, and that's why we try to find time to do this on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's go on right now to the review of trading activities yesterday as we proceed even further to take your comments afterwards. Remember, by 1 p.m. Nigerian time, 1 hour into this live stream, we will proceed to take your calls on TikTok only. Shall we? So there we go. The Nigerian All-Share Index closed lower yesterday, September 16th, dropping 112.2 points to settle at 141,546.8 points, ending the session in negative territory. This represented 0.08% decline from the previous session's 141,659 points, as the market experienced a noticeable slowdown in trading activities. Daily trading volume fell to 414.9 million shares, down from 555.1 million shares exchanged the day before, reflecting reduced investor participation. And then, of course, we saw that market capitalization edged lower, slipping from 89.62 trillion naira at the previous close to 89.55 trillion naira. On the gainers chart, we have custodian insurance up by 9.94%, closing at 44 naira 80 kobo yesterday. Multiverse up 9.68% to close at 13 naira 60 kobo. Unicell up 9.45% to close at 27 naira 80 kobo. And then eTransact up 9.45%, closing at 17 naira 95 kobo. And then Union Dye Consult up 8.42, dominated with trades worth about 3.1 billion shares yesterday. And of course, MTN followed with 1.6 billion naira worth of shares, while Zenith Bank recorded 1.25 billion naira worth of transactions. UBA posted 1.24 billion worth of transactions, and Guinness rounded out the top 5 with 561 million shares. I'd like to let us know about something. There is an acronym in the stock market in Nigeria called SWOT. Now, I'm immediately taking you to our knowledge session, because every day along the line we'll have a sprinkle of knowledge sessions here and there to help to advance your in PZ. Adele, actually, we are really unsure what the outcome for PZ will be. MTN, having dipped severally in the last couple of trading days, could be okay to start going in now, as long as it's still around 400 and under. So if you do not want the uncertainty around PZ eating you up, then you could go on for a sure banker like MTN as you have proposed. What did you call the 1 trillion capitalization again? Smile for me. SWOT. Stocks worth over 1 trillion naira. Okay? Sadiq Abdul, good day to you also. Ikembe Nzoik says, good morning, coach. Please, does M Benefit have good fundamentals? Will it be a good buy? Mutual Benefits Assurance actually has good fundamentals, growing. My only problem is the number of shares are a lot, but then they are doing very well for themselves at this rate. Magenta says, good afternoon, coach. Please, what's the story around WAPCO? I hear there are some investors that want to buy it over. Do you think I should sell off in the market now and invest in Zenith for long? It will really depend on what your current position is in terms of profits made already on your WAPCO. The news is that a Chinese consortium is coming to buy out the majority stakeholders of WAPCO, who own over 80% of the entire company. And I can tell you categorically that deal has finally been done and dusted. The news now, or the next thing, is what to expect regarding WAPCO. And that is where the confusion is. Shareholders are saying, look, you've got to keep the company listed, or you pay us off. And if you want to pay us off, then you have to pay something reasonable, because WAPCO, you still have a chance to make more money also in Zenith as well. But I can categorically state that WAPCO is much more valuable than the current price it is in the market now, going by their performance and the future prospects in that company. You may want to stay on and see what the new owners decide to do with the company. But currently we have WAPCO at 123 naira, down from the 128 it was. WAPCO should be a 200 naira stock, but time shall tell. All right, coach, talk about NEM. Stanley Dozie, you know NEM, one of my discoveries a few months ago. I remember, I won't forget, we found NEM at 5 naira. Was it 15 naira? Yes, 15 naira, 10 kobos, thereabouts. Let's see if Atlas is here. Can't find them on the queue yet. We will know in the course of the session whether or not they join us. Coach, what about Paramount Funds? I invested in Paramount Funds using Invest Niger applications. Entrepreneur, I do not know what Paramount Funds is. It sounds like a mutual fund organized by a financial services institution. So you may want to clarify which house actually offers such an instrument or an asset or a product. Coach, please, what about Regency Alliance? Well, I'll take a look at Regency and just give you real-time update. Only 3 months ago, eTransact was just selling for 9 naira per share. So in the ICT sector, that's what we have. We also have another company in that sector, NCR. Let's see how much NCR is. NCR currently 16 naira 50 kobo. So you will see that most of the ICT stocks have fired up through the roof. And then we also have one of them, Triple G. That's the one that is slightly close to Charms. And even Triple G is still more expensive than Charms, currently at 5 naira 4 kobo. Never mind the fact that there is no bid for Triple G, yet it's more expensive than Charms. So these are the details about your price of 557. Hello, Coach. What are the indices to look for when checking companies' fundamentals? Or PayFaro, lay holds on the financial reports of the company, check through the 5-year financial history to see that there is revenue growth at a reasonable rate or extent, at least around 10 to 15% or more consistent revenue growth. Check for profit, particularly that profits are increasing, especially profit after tax, and most importantly, the earnings per share. There is a consistent growth of earnings per share. And then, of course, sometimes you want to confirm how cheap a stock is compared to its peers in the same industry. Then you want to take a look at the PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio. Very simple. That fluctuates with price. So it's very dynamic, as volatile as the price movement. So you want to check the lower the PE ratio, the less expensive when you compare it to stocks in the same sector. That's why you don't buy stocks just because it looks cheap on paper in terms of the monetary value per share. Because sometimes a stock might be selling 100 naira per share and the other in the same industry is selling at 75 naira per share. In your mind, you would think the 75 naira stock is cheaper. No, from the PE ratio, you'll be able to tell, because the PE ratio takes into cognizance the earnings per share and the total number of shares in existence. Some companies are over bloated with huge shares outstanding. I don't want to get you confused, but I've always said several times here, explaining what shares outstanding are, is the number of shares in circulation per time for every existing company that's been traded on a stock exchange. So profit is distributed amongst the number of shares in circulation. So as from an investor side, you want to see that the PE ratio is reasonably lower compared to other stocks in the same industry. So when you are comparing, let's say, banks, you can now also separate them, because not all banks are of the same sizes. We have tier 1 bank, tier 2, and of course regional and national banks, and all of that. So you can't start. Thank you very much. Let me see what's happening with my YouTube family. Your comments are coming very slowly. There is Madara. Madara says, good afternoon, sir. Our amiable coach, please, can I sell Transcorp Hotel, Transcorp, and Transpower to add to other stocks? Or is there anyone I should keep out of the three? If you like, you can keep, let's say, Transcorp, but the other two, hurriedly sell them off and look elsewhere. Rebuild and Rise says, Coach, is there any possibility that the market witnessed years ago could happen in future, 20 to 30 years? Could you clarify what you mean by the market witnessed years ago? Spunky says, please, Coach, how much is Zenith today and can I buy? Spunky, just give me a second. I'll check and revert almost immediately. While wordness in it, wow, Mercure currently on full bid, 639,000 bids versus 0 offers, only 19,000 shares sold today. So they're holding strong to that. It's jumped from 21 naira 60 kobo yesterday to 23 naira 75 kobo. And this is where I apply the brakes. Don't run after a moving train. This one is jumping. It's been jumping since around 15, 16, currently now 23.75. Buying now means you are late to the party and you just meet bottom pot. These days, they don't leave the bottom pot with any piece of rice in it. That jollof rice is stuck to the pot, and the only way to get it out of the pot is to let it soak in water overnight. And that means it's useless at that point. Not useful for you, but if you are still very desperate to get into Mercure, then you've got to wait at the sidelines until there's a reasonable pullback from this upward trajectory we are experiencing. I don't know why I'm on the humorous side of the commissioning of a new plant. In fact, there's supposed to be 2 plants, right? But in any case, as we speak right now, that is not happening. So you can't be factoring an asset that has not been put to use or commissioned, all right? So potentially, BUA may measure up with Lafarge, but as we speak right now, Lafarge is ahead of BUA Cement. Why we invested more in BUA is because we are sure of the stability there. There is no confusion about whether the new Chinese owners may want to yank off the stock from the capital market and get it delisted or leave it in the market. And of course, change of management here and there could either make or mar the already stellar performance the company is putting out there. Otherwise, for BUA, you have UPDC. All right, thank you very much. Coach, what about Presco? Jason Momoa. Okay, yes, that was the question Dr. Tu asked. Presco, whether it's reasonable to top up. I can tell you any good stock is reasonable to top up at any time. That's the truth, reality before us. Any good stock is good to top up at any time. Take that from me. And so, especially now that it's not in demand. You know, there's always this hunger for, okay? Love the jollof analogy, thanks. And Ebinom, appreciate your feedback. Does Charms pay dividends? Charms delayed dividend for a while, but they have announced that they will start paying dividend from this 2025 financial year. So we are eager to see when they start paying dividends, okay? They've given their word that all is now set for them to start paying dividends. So we wait to see how that pans out. Good morning, Coach. What about Fidelity and UBA? Is it a good buy today? Absolutely. Those two, always good buys. Why? First, they will guarantee you interim dividend almost immediately. Talking about if you buy now, next month you qualify for their interim dividend. Fidelity, 20 naira 60 kobo, still looking fantastic, all because there have always been too much supply in the market. Now it's 15 million bids versus 14 million offers. The offers slightly below the bids. And then, of course, talking about UBA, as always, they might give us some surprises again this year. Remember last year, for the first time, UBA challenged GTCO and Zenith by paying double the interim dividend they paid last year. 2 naira per share, and the market went gaga. That was when UBA was selling at 16. And when that interim dividend was announced, about this time last year, maybe October last year, not exactly this time, we saw the stock price jump to 28 naira, and then by January, February, it galloped again further to 30-something and 40-something that we have it today. So they are both very fantastic stocks to have for long-term dividends. Sir, is there a possibility that the market crash witnessed years ago will happen again in future? Absolutely. That's something you can't take away. When there is a market upside, there is always going to be a downside. The entire market actually functions like the entire world system. And I'd like us to understand this. This is what has kept me in this market for 27 years. If I have survived every market crash, then there is something at least I can share with you. Then if we understand it this way, nobody will be afraid of market crash. We will rather be praying for market crash. All you need to do is prepare for any market crash. And how do you do so? Today I was having a private session with someone, and I told him, listen, the way to do this is put some money in bonds, let it keep bringing out money from time to time regularly, so that along the line, in your wealth creation journey, every time there's a market crash, even if you run out of cash, just as we experienced during COVID, when people lost their jobs because nobody was going out, social distancing, everybody locked up at home, what happened? Stock prices crashed. Only those who were in cash were able to take advantage of those positions because you had to sell your stock before you can buy something, and all stocks crashed. So that passive, regular bond income that flows in unhindered, untampered with, tax-free, is what you use to pick up these when opportunities like that emerge. Why do I say so? The entire world system was framed on the basis of plenty and lack, lack and plenty, scarcity and surplus. That's it. That's why sometimes you are broke and sometimes you have a lot of money to spend. It's a normal phenomenon. The stock market cannot be different. It can't keep going up. Neither can it keep coming down. I hope you understand me now. So the fact is, and that is where we need to start warning U.S. market investors. The U.S. market has now hit an all-time high. The highest, I mean the one during Isaac's time, even during Jacob's time. It's normal everywhere. Economic lack and economic prosperity. It's always up and down, up and down. It's wavy. That's how it happens. So season in, season out. It's normal. Currently, you don't have mango. Very soon, you will see mango season has arrived again. And then there's mango everywhere. Scarcity and plenty. What we're trying to do is to balance it out in a way that we are always efficiently managing resources and always alive and doing well during scarcity. That's what we're trying to do. So this investment game is not a social media competition. We are not here to post who does the most videos and who gathers the most crowd and who has the most followers. I've told you several times before that there are 80-something thousand people following me on TikTok. I still can't cope with their DMs. And I'm not crazy about how many people follow me. What I am after is, out of 80-something thousand, if 1,000 can get the message I'm sharing right, I'm done. I'm fulfilled. If on Instagram, those who follow me, about 60-something thousand, 1,000 can get it right, I am fulfilled. I have accomplished my mission for which I am sent. Right? You do not necessarily have to be in lack because the entire world economy is in lack. That's the point I'm sharing. You should have a mechanism to supply you money whether you work or not. You should not be amongst those who get so shocked and financially bankrupt because they sacked you from your place of work. Neither should you be amongst those whose business crumbles and then you have nothing to run to. For instance, today we heard about what happened in Lagos, fire outbreak in very insured buildings and all that, businesses suffering damage. We're talking about the Afriland property that got burnt, and then we're also talking about at Mandela, also Mandelas, there is a fire outbreak there and businesses are crumbling. Nobody knows, there is no better insurance. Before you now go and start following insurance process, that is if you ever insured that business or that property. You will sweat before you get anything out of insurance. The depression will be too much. The wisdom is never to be caught off guard. How do you call it now? They say no lose guard. You get the point? These who are looking for you, looking up to you for provision. You get the point now? If you snooze, you lose. Rebellion, thank you very much. Those are the words. And that's the truth. So many people will snooze and lose again. That's why I'm not moved by your salary, how much you earn. We've seen it all. I didn't waste up to 3 months after my youth service, my first job test. I wrote personally, the very first job test is what landed me my first bank job. I left there and went to Shell. I saw people, even in Shell, struggling with their finances, with all the monies and all the pay. Right? So it's not about how much you earn. It's about the system you have prepared and installed to keep making money answer to you. Is somebody getting something now? I'm seeing yeses all over the place. Okay, thank you very much. Impactful, right? So what we are doing is secure tomorrow. I don't care how much fuel runs to. We will be here. We will see fuel jump to 2,000 naira per liter. We never imagined it will get to 500 naira when it was 150 something naira per liter. Today we are paying 900 and something naira per liter for fuel. Some people have had to sell their cars. So misplaced priorities thrown away. That's why I'm very proud of Kaka. She wanted to buy a car. They were telling her all sorts of things, and she had the money. She decided, no, I'm not buying no car. I'm going to grow this money in the stock market. She will bounce back, buy far better cars, and be able to continue to use it to her satisfaction. Not the one that you have a car, you are winding down 3 naira 15 kobo. Sorry. I wish you were asking when it dropped below 3 naira. That was a better entry price. By the way, you could just wait and see, target to see when next it pulls back to under 3 naira. That's the ideal price for me. Consistent in dividend payments, doing pretty well at their level, and so on. Ladies and gentlemen, in 16 minutes, the phone lines will be open on TikTok for us to take your calls. I hope you are enjoying this moment. Let's keep going, keep sharing, keep liking, getting more people involved. Now my YouTube family is here. Let me respond to your comments. There's a question, please. What do you think of Mikio? Is it good for 1 million challenge? Okay, I think I've responded to that. And then thank you, coach. Can I sell Owando and Unilever to add to NASCON? I don't want to over diversify. I must be a good student too. That's Madara. Madara, maybe you can sell Owando, but Owando does this up and down movement that depending on how much you bought and what level of gains you are on now, I would have said wait for the next jump Owando will do because it's getting close. Let's see how much Owando is. By the way, Owando is at 48 naira 25 kobo, same price of yesterday. So a pretty almost like equilibrium bid and offer status for the moment. It's been trading around this range, 46, 48 for a while. And that tells me there's some strong support at that level. Anyone pulled back. So there are some very tactical traders, volume traders who are really cashing out through LLX. I'm sure they're accumulating it now. Worst case, it dropped to was 10. But now they don't allow it drop below even 12. It's at 13 now. It will stay a while here. And then the next thing, boom, it flies back up to 17, trying to touch 18, 19 before they sell off again and then sell it down back to 13. That's been the merry-go-round. It used to be between 7 and 9. And then it shot above 10 and started doing between 13 and 9. Then it shot above 10 again, and then now it's doing 12. When it gets to 13, it stops dropping. Then they accumulate, and then there's a bit of scarcity, and then the price jumps again towards 19. Maybe this time it could jump above 20. We never know. But that's been the character of LLX. So you make up your mind on what to do from here. As for MTN, it's trying to now consolidate properly above 400 before we see any further movement. Good day, coach. What's the qualification dates for UBA and Fidelity Bank dividends? Does market crash affect mutual funds? It came benzoic. No qualification date yet, meaning you can still buy now and qualify. Next month, when the third quarter result is announced, they would now announce the qualification date as well. So that's about those two banks. Then you said, does market crash affect mutual funds? Yes, particularly if it is equity mutual fund, because equity mutual funds simply invest in the stock market, and so it affects such a fund. But basically, general mutual funds are supposed to benefit from market crash, especially if it's a long-term market crash, because you will now see money being diverted from the stock market to the money markets. Right? And then the bond market particularly will also be benefiting. So that's the way it goes. When there is market crash, the money market, any offers of GT Bank in the market waiting for buyers. Akudo Onyido, hello coach. When you say that US all share is at all-time high and it signals impending crash, no, that has been moved. Okay? Is that really the case? Isn't that a result of robust economic outlook? Please explain your point. Thanks. Interesting take there. First, the robust economic outlook is hampered by so many unstable economic policies, with endless negotiation about tariffs against with nations here and there. And it is actually a signal that the robust economic fortunes or outlook has finally reached its peak. Movement of capital across the world that will cause serious disruptions when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to all manner of assets, right? So it's a cautionary statement, and we must not throw away history. Yes, we have so many more people and so many companies now listed and all sorts of excitement, but like I said before, the world is created in a structure or in the principle of lack and plenty. When it gets busted. So most of the companies that will be hit are the AI and the technology stocks. That's why I don't advise people to buy expensive technology stocks, because everybody else is buying. If you missed NVIDIA, maybe NVIDIA still has some growth in them. But there are stocks that if you missed, there's no need hopping in because of the noises around that particular stock. There are still others you can go and find and take position in. And then that's where penny stocks, in the name of penny stocks, becomes also dangerous. So a whole lot to chew on. Oh, when the creator, hello coach, how do I know the offers and bids for stocks on NGX? Is there a platform I can use? I use Atlas Portfolios platform, and that's where I get all my updates I share. As far as real-time stock market activities is concerned. Mimi says, good day coach, I'm late. You are never late. This live stream is going to be on my YouTube channel, free of charge, 5 minutes after today's broadcast. So please, if you miss any part, it's been explosive, I can assure you. It's been exciting, it's been interesting, right? Even before we start taking the course, I am enjoying myself here with the kind of discussions we are having. So, if you are not a subscriber to... Okay, hello coach, God bless you. Okay, I've responded to that. Coach, please, where can one subscribe for a 10-year and above bond? All right, through your stockbroker, you know, most of the long-term bonds are actually still available in the secondary market, because there are some people who can't wait any longer. Maybe they invested in a 15-year bond, tenor bond, and after 5 years, they need the money seriously to do something else. They offer it in the capital market, and then your broker will be able to give you updates on what bonds, long-term bonds are available. Like I said, we are here to create systems that will protect us even in times of scarcity. That was what Joseph did. That was how he reigned in a foreign land in better days than they were seen in the 80s. Can you now compare in the 80s when the naira was 1 naira to $1? At least in 1980, 1981, the exchange rate was $1, 1 naira. In fact, the naira was even more valuable than the dollar at some point. I kid you not. But you know what? It is getting worse. It will not get any better. Even the US dollar itself is depreciating. So don't mix these things up. Don't confuse these things. I mean, don't get it twisted. That's the way it is. The US dollar itself is less valuable now than it was in 1970. Do your research. In 1980, do your research. In 1990, do your research. Even in the year 2000, the value of the US dollar in the year 2000 is much more valuable than the dollar as it is in 2025. It's a constant. It's an economic principle that rules the entire world. Okay? And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we come to start taking your calls. I've responded to, Chukunomso Iwala says, Coach, what is your take on McNichols, and at what price would you advise that one enters? I think McNichols itself has also run too far for any new entrant right now. It becomes difficult. In any case, it's at 360 kobo. We're seeing 2.3 million bids versus 1.2 million offers. Let's see the 52 weeks high and low. Yes. Within the last 1 year, McNichols was selling for 1 naira 25 kobo, currently 3 naira 60 kobo, and the highest it has sold for is 4 naira 74 kobo. So it's a bit close to the highest that it sold for, and that was not too far away when it got there. In any case, if you have a very strong conviction of why you are thinking about buying this stock, then you can put in a bid because it's looking like there is still more interest. 2.3 million bids versus 1.2 million offers. That's my take on that. I've not checked the financials, how well it is and how healthy, because you want to check these two. You know, it's a safety measure to check to see that the company you're investing in is not a loss-making company. Check to see that at least, even if you don't understand financial statements, when you look at revenue, because the least revenue in comparison with the previous year, if it's quarterly, this quarter versus, this is the third quarter, right? The third quarter 2025 versus the third quarter 2024. That's how they always make your income statements. That way you can tell, is it improving? When you start seeing things are declining, but sometimes some declines are just inevitable. But that's why you need 3 to 5 year record of financials to really tell whether a stock is doing well or not. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 p.m. time to open the calls on TikTok. If you are not following me, you are losing money. I do not need to re-emphasize this too much. Everyone who follows me now understands. Maybe when you follow, you will understand. Make sure as you are following me now, you are also subscribing to the YouTube channel and sharing the videos there. We want to reach out to as many as possible. You know, I made a post the day before yesterday or so that we are now, I think it was yesterday morning, we are now in a mission to raise multi-millionaires forcefully through the 1 million shares challenge. That's the kind of thing we are in. Please remember, the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but we are aware that at times it gives us profits faster than we imagined. So on that note, I declare the lines open so we can keep going. We have already 3 callers standing by, 4 right now, and I will go in this order. Chomilicious number 1, Yomi number 2, Israel Online number 3, and then Rebellion number 4. I don't know how you came about that name. I hope you are rebelling against poverty, that, by the way. Let's go ahead. Chomilicious, you are our first caller. I'm always announcing your names ahead of time so you can create space and let's have a good conversation. Stay in a quiet environment. Otherwise, I will have no other option but to cut you off. Olaoluwa is laughing. Financial Market Queen is having a laugh too. Well, let's rebel against poverty and nothing else. Hello, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Chioma, calling from Lagos.
Chioma from Lagos, we're excited to have you. Please go ahead.
Me too. Excited to all this afternoon. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, I wanted to ask you questions based on my microphone. So, I have this what's the name of it? FTL Coco. When I joined you were talking about it, and I bought it, and I made a lot of profit. Even when I'm making some up till now, I still have profit. So I want to ask, is it a stock I can keep, or must I sell everything off? Because I've made a lot of profit, and even now. So the one I'm taking is more the number of shares going down. So I want to know, is it the one I can keep, or do I sell everything I need money to buy another share?
The truth of the matter is there are stocks that you are more convinced with than FT and Coco right now. True?
Yes, sir.
That's why you are in the stock market. You are the CEO of your portfolio. You determine what happens. You do budget allocation. You do asset allocation. You move assets left, right, and center to grow the money. So Never mind the fact that you are already in good profit, you have sold, and the one you still hold still keeps you in profit. But then there comes a time when drastic decisions are taken to forcefully keep moving your portfolio forward. There is no emotion whatsoever. I know as a woman, you may be wondering, oh, FTN Cocoa did me well. How can I now sell it off? That would not be nice. I would have mistreated it. But when this stock wants to punish you, it knows no emotion. So throw away emotion. Focus on the job before you to keep growing your portfolio. You don't trust it more than you trust some others. If you found something that you think is much more reliable and has better prospects, it's better to jump in there and wave Coco goodbye. Say, thanks for doing, it was nice doing business with you. Okay. Yes, because you bought lower and it's now more expensive than how much you bought it before, then if you buy more higher than you bought before, you are averaging up. There comes a time in the life of a stock you've got to average up because you are not satisfied with the quantity and perhaps because you are seeing great potentials even going forward. And you want to stay in there and enjoy the ride when it comes so that you don't leave yourself regretting, oh, I should have bought at 3 naira 25 kobo when it was available. Now it's 7 naira. What have I done? So, over to you. Chomilicious. Academy Press is looking like it's continually building on that 9 naira range. But the price doesn't change. That's the problem because there's no 100,000 shares instant block transaction. Every day, intraday, it sells above 9 naira, but after market closes, it goes back to 8 naira 85 kobo. And I can tell the scenario here. There are bids right now that may force it beyond the 9 naira today. Somebody has bidded 9 naira 21 kobo with 104,000 bids waiting. But you know what? So far, only 22,000 have been sold. So maybe, just maybe, somebody is there trying to ensure that it doesn't go above 9 naira before they take position because of the dividend and bonus that is coming. That means it's difficult for you to buy less than 9 naira 30 kobo. And that is a bit high, if you ask me. Because this was a stock that we saw at 511 or something like that, or 510. So stay safe. Don't jump into any high running stock. Never mind, we are making money this year. Thank you very much. All right, next caller, Yomi. Hello, good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Coach, my name is Yomi. I'm streaming from Philadelphia.
Yomi from Philadelphia, the United States. Thank you for joining once again. We're glad to have you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Coach. So I was kind of scrolling through the news, Nigerian news yesterday, and actually I've already asked a question on this point, but I said I should call him. So I think it's the Director General of the Nigerian Stock Exchange floated an idea that they might be allowing trading on the stock floor till 5:30 instead of the 2 o'clock. Did you see the news? Did you read about the news?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's something we have been craving for all along. Not only that, that's extension of the trading time plus increment of the, reduction of the volume of shares to be traded per time for a stock price to move. There are so many technicalities involved in these things, and somehow, some way, a market cannot grow beyond a particular level when you restrict it to certain guidelines, right? So it's something we have been craving for, and hopefully that will help the market grow even more. Can I tell you this? The US market is also thinking of how they can now operate 24 hours. After hours, pre-market, after market open, after hours, and so on. 24 hours. And that helps to continue to grow the market because the more transactions going on, the more money is being made. So for us to restrict ourselves to 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time, that's too little a time to really carry out transactions. So when more transactions happens, we all know it's for the good of the market.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted your opinion about it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate. So, for instance, the US market, based on current status, opens at 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time and continues trading till 9 p.m. Nigerian time. And then when there is daylight time adjustment, we revert to 3:30 p.m. Nigerian time and then closing at 10 p.m. Nigerian time. Check how many hours that is. Compare that to Nigerian market, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. What's that? So I think it's a welcome development, and we are really seeing the Securities and Exchange Commission and the entire NGX thinking positive. They are also trying to do some exchanges with other African exchanges like the South African Exchange. I'm talking about the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, JSE, and we will see what happens. I think they also met with some North African stock exchanges, I think Morocco or Tunisia or Egypt, one of those exchanges also. We need to deepen the capital market. It is the lifeblood of most economies. You are here in the United States today is because of how uniquely that market is, very broad. Who would have thought anybody can invest in the US market, even from Africa? It was impossible a decade ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was impossible because I started investing in the US market like 7 years ago or so. That's it. So you can imagine how interesting it gets when there is more transactions and you don't have to hurry out of the market and hurry in. Right? Okay. Very interesting question there. Thank you very much once again, Yomi. We go on to the next caller and we have Israel online.
Good morning. Good morning, Coach.
Very good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Israel. I'm calling from Italy.
Israel from Italy. We are glad to have you. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
Okay. Coach, please, I really want to ask this GT code, the one listed in the London Stock Exchange. Please, I want to know, is it a good buy now? And secondly, what is the plan for their dividends payments?
All right. The GT code listed on the London Stock Exchange, I can tell you, is a very good buy. First off, I know they got listed at 5 cents per share. And currently it should be around 6 cents per share. Let's check to see how much it is right now. Oh, wow. It's even added. You see that? It's currently at 6 cents, 0.6. That's it's adding 14% as we speak right now, because the London Stock Exchange is open from 8 a.m. Nigerian time. And I think it continues till around 4 p.m. or so. So it's currently gaining 14%. GTCO, we got the MD saying that they work hard towards paying dividend yield of as high as 15%. If you are in the foreign markets, that's huge. Right?
Okay, 15%.
Dividend yield.
15% of
15% dividend yield is what they are promising.
I really want to understand that.
Okay, you want to understand dividend yield?
Yes.
All right.
How do they pay? Like Nigeria now pay 10 or
Israel is taking us into another knowledge session. I will explain very fast. Dividend yield is calculated as the percentage return on your invested capital based on the dividend you receive on that investment. In other words, you bought GT Co worth 100,000 naira. 15% of 100,000 naira is 15,000. That's a lot. In today's dividend yield structure, big dividend yields are like 7% abroad, 5% abroad. There are most companies 2%. Why? Most of the people who bought the stocks early are the ones benefiting from that 2% that it is today because the stock price has gone up. Dividend yield is actually a function of the stock price. So the higher the stock price goes, the lower the dividend yield compared to those who bought it earlier. So what they are promising is at that 5 cents it was listed, the dividend they will be paying per share based on that price will be around 15%. But as we speak now, it's 6 cents. It's still adding. So if you come in now, the 15% for those who bought at 5 cents is not going to be the same 15% with yours. So when it goes on and on and on like that, the dividend yield begins to reduce, especially if they don't increase the dividend. But a successive increment of dividend also increases the yield. That's what happens. So in a layman's language, total amount of money due you in percentage terms if you invest in a stock based on the dividend that they paid last, that they are likely to pay again. That's what it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Okay, who was the other person I called rebellion? I said that we should all rebel against poverty. That's all. All right, you are our next caller. If the call doesn't connect, then I can take one more comment and we go on like that. Melody Asosa says, please, co-author. Melody, please, can you confirm what you are speaking about so I can respond? Hello, good afternoon, sir. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Hello, we heard you earlier. We can't hear no more. What did you do to your mic? Please undo what you did to your mic. You were very audible. Suddenly we can't hear. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Coach.
Better. Go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Hello? All right, looks like we can't hear you. Best price for charms now. Let's check. That's from Chomilicious. Naira 20 kobo currently. If you put in at that price, you will buy almost immediately. Otherwise, there are bids at 3 Naira 18 kobo also. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, sir. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
I'm Charles. I'm streaming from Algeria.
Charles from Algeria. Thank you for joining all the way from North Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Guinness, 160 something Naira already. Sorry about that, Charles. I'm trying to raise an alarm because some people need to hear this news. Guinness is now touching 168 Naira per share. Guinness is flying. Yes, Charles, thank you for joining. Thank you for your patience. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please, you earlier mentioned that the US stock has hit its peak, and then I started investing last year, and then this year, my plan was to concentrate last year and this year on Nigerian stock. Then next year, I will move to either crypto or the US stock. Crypto, like for a long time, just buy and keep like for 5 years. So I'm asking now that the US stock is like at its peak, would it be advisable to still like consider going there, or I just move to crypto?
You should carry on with your plan, but with the added caution that I have just shared. That means don't buy any stock too expensive. Don't run after any stock flying. Look for stocks that are not that are not too much exposed to the tech industry. And even if you are buying a tech or AI company, make sure you are not buying at the top. And then do not overload your portfolio with too many penny stocks, because when a market crashes, pennies destroy portfolios.
Okay, sir. I'm looking for like a kind of clarity because I just want to pick one, either crypto or the US stock, which is like more feasible.
Well, one thing with the stock market is that opportunities will always come. But what we have learned from crypto is that you might not see the chance that is available today by tomorrow. I'm talking about now in futuristic terms. What you see in 2026 may not be available again in 2010 as far as crypto is concerned.
Okay.
So I think that you can stick to your plan, but I can tell you by this time next year, crypto won't be the same thing.
Okay, sir.
I'll give you an analogy now. Right?
Yes, sir.
Stock prices rise and fall. Different companies come and go. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, it's looking like everybody who rejected that idea because they were not too sure what it is are now regretting. Do you get my point?
Not clear, sir.
Just hold on now. I'll give you a clear analogy. For instance, if you invested $1,000 in 2010 in crypto, you know what the value is today, right? That's the kind of picture I'm trying to paint. 5 years ago, for example, if you invested $1,000 in Bitcoin, I'm talking about 2020, forget 10 years ago, that $1,000 is worth $9,689. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Now, if you invested that $1,000 10 years ago in Bitcoin in 2015, your investment will be worth $496,000 today. If that same $1,000 was invested in Bitcoin in 2010, your investment will be worth $1.62 billion. But there are stocks you can invest in this year, next year, that can still grow you money, that you won't feel like you missed the stock market. That's how dynamic the stock market is and will always present opportunities to you. Some people may think, oh, Bitter Glass presented an opportunity. It was 50 naira in November. Now it's 400 naira. I have missed it completely. I can't find another opportunity. It's a lie. The 1 million challenge will bring more opportunities when we will be celebrating it 2 years from now. Some of them 5 years from now or 3 years from now. The stock market will always give you such opportunities. For instance, 10 years ago, nobody heard about AI. But we are now in an age where AI is taking over the entire space. Technology is still flying, right? But when it comes to crypto, opportunity forgone is opportunity lost. Do you get the point now? You might go into crypto now only to realize that the stock market even crashed maybe towards next year and then gives you more opportunity to buy cheaper. In summary, gather your crypto, especially towards the end of this year, because normally crypto prices drop towards the end of the year. Get enough and relax. Thank you very much. God bless you too. I hope somebody's getting the idea that I'm sharing here. If you are investing in crypto, stay long term and do it early and relax. Whatever happens, we see how it goes. But what I have shown you now, and the growth is so exponential. Can you imagine $1,000 invested in Bitcoin in 2020, 5 years ago, is worth almost $10,000 now. But that same money invested 2015 is now worth nearly $500,000 now. Then if it was invested in 2010, it is $1.62 billion. So should we have the opportunity we have now that time, I can tell you that there would have been billionaire Nigerians. Now that the market is open for everybody to get into, it's not for us to start wondering, in 2010, there was no internet for us to use to participate in this. No problem. What about 2020? Okay, now that we know, this is not a Bitcoin discussion, but it's generally investment platform. So if you see opportunities, use your number 6 and take advantage and relax. Don't go gambling crypto coins that you don't know. Pick key coins that are very known, and that's it, and leave it to grow. Who knows? In the next 10, 15 years, in this community, there will be billionaires in dollars. Who knows? Maybe millionaires in dollars, and that's a lot of money because we are now exposed to both the crypto market and the foreign stock exchange. Next set of callers shall be, I knew how they came in, Evermark Luxury, Fiki, and Official Mobos. Evermark Luxury, please keep your environments quiet. Preach on, coach. Making money is easy with coach. Packwell, thank you very much, Packwell. Hello, good afternoon. Winifred Udende says, good afternoon, coach. Can I sell my Transpower and buy something else? Absolutely. If you will, please go ahead. Just the problem is, it's difficult to sell Transpower right now. Are you there? Hello? Okay, we do not have the time to waste, so we go on to the next caller. He must have called in error. Next caller shall be Picky. Looks like Picky is off, so we go straight to, okay, all of those callers are dropping off, and then we go on to the next set of callers. Newlek, Jasin Momoa, and Muftau Dauda, you are our next 3 callers. Keep your environments quiet so we can have a smooth conversation. Bongs says, what's your view on SFS REIT? Now, that one is so powerful. The only problem I have with SFS REIT is that it's become so expensive. But guess what? That stock continues to grow like wildfire. That's simply because the shares outstanding is so little, 20 million shares. That's why it's always expensive. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach.
Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Uchenna, streaming from Delta State, Asaba.
Uchenna from Delta State, Asaba. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
Thank you, coach, for making us get this opportunity every day. I appreciate you, sir.
My pleasure. Go ahead.
I want to ask a question. Sir, please, can you give me a name of stock, US stock I can buy and get dividend weekly dividends from US stocks?
Oh my God, that means you were here yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys are not playing. So there's nothing I'm saying here that is not heard.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll give you one right now.
Challenge when I want US dividend.
Wow, Nigerians are on fire.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you, sir.
Just a moment. I'm trying to recall now.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a moment. I'm still trying to.
No problem, sir.
Ooh, where did I leave that information now? Okay, I'm going to do something real quick. I hope I don't disconnect my Instagram family in trying to do this. Okay, very quickly, let's see how it goes. Yes, I hope we're not disconnected. RDTE. Did you get that? RDTE. Did you get that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. RDT.
Round Hill Russell 2000. It's a covered call. It's actually a strategy ETF. You people will not kill somebody. My God. I'm really shocked that you picked that statement yesterday. Every week, they pay dividends.
Okay, sir.
And so, if you own the stock as at 11th of September, you qualify for the next dividend this week. It's that straightforward.
Okay.
So let's stop there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
See comments. Oh my God. People are typing all sorts of things. Let me see. RDTE. That's the stock. Weekly dividend. It's currently $33.60. Pre-market is showing $33.65. Last dividend they paid was September 11th. And, payment day was September 12th. All right? Just 5 days ago. Every Thursday they pay dividend. They should be paying the next one tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, right? They pay 22 cents per share. Coach, is it true that WAPIC will be sold during the insurance merger? If yes, what will happen to holders? Please, it's not yet time to speculate. It's not necessarily selling. What if WAPIC also acquires another one? It's either merger or acquisition, or they go ahead and buy their own, meet up their own capital requirements. Good afternoon, Coach. Can I sell my Transpower? Okay, I've responded to that. Good day, Coach. Please, I need broker that accepts dividend reinvestment. I don't know what that means. I know that I exactly understand what you mean, but reinvest your dividend yourself if you like. Just ensure your dividend comes into your bank account. I have my reasons. What if you opt for automatic dividend reinvestment and the dividend is paid, you don't see it? You may even forget that a certain dividend has been paid, and you won't see the reinvestment in your portfolio. What happens? Do things that you can always track. For me, this is not to discredit any organization that does dividend reinvesting, but I really don't know. Honestly speaking, I'm ignorant in that area because I can't use every outfit, So that's my take on that. But it's a good idea. It helps you to just stay disciplined and not to use the money. I understand that very well. Even myself, sometimes I'm determined to reinvest a dividend, and then at the time the dividend is arriving, there's a problem it needs to solve, so it just goes there. So I understand your point, but I am ignorant. In that part, I don't know which organizations or apps do dividend reinvesting. But I guess it's some of these apps that receive your dividend on your dashboard. If that is the case, then maybe you may ask around, or even in the group. We are on Discord group, Net Worth Investors Club. If you want to join the group, just follow me on Instagram and send me a DM, or follow me subscribe on YouTube and send me a comment right there on YouTube. I'll respond to you or share the link to you. The link expires from time to time because we want the cybersecurity and safety of our members a priority. Over 3,440 something members right now in Network Investors Club. We share ideas. Please, nobody is asking you to bring money to invest for you. Your money is invested by you in your account. It's a do-it-yourself club, all to protect you against fraudsters. So if you see somebody coming into your DM and using my picture, that person is a criminal. Report the person, block the person. I won't come into your DM for the first time, right? I only reply to DMs sent to me. And that's why I don't follow you, so you don't confuse me chatting with you, whereas it's one criminal that's slid into your DM. Please just get this point as we continue to make progress. JA says, hello coach, is the US stock that pays weekly RDTE? No, RDTE. All right, on to more callers. Muftau Dauda. Floyd, yes, I think you can buy Champs at this price. We don't know if it drops any further tomorrow and Friday, but I think it's not bad at this price, if you ask me. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Coach, I just want to appreciate you for all you've been doing for us. And I want to encourage our fellow colleagues in the house and those in the Discord app that we should try to encourage our colleagues in the office in our working environment to also partake in investments, because the knowledge being acquired through you without sharing to others is not as good as it's not very good.
It's not the plan, yes.
Right now, in the place I work, at least I have like 4 people using Atlas. The others are not using Atlas, and I have others that are even open for their children through whatever we get from you. So we should try to encourage people, as we are hearing from you, like you said today, that the 1,000 people you have on TikTok and on Instagram, if you have 1,000 from TikTok that take effect of whatever you say, that is enough for you. So we too, we should try to pass the information to other people. That's what I want to say, sir. Thank you so much. May God reward you about that.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. You are doing well. And I was trying to support your statement when I said that's not the plan. To eat alone is not okay. If I was to eat alone, imagine where 3,300 and something people will be looking for how to buy stocks. Maybe they will be lining up somewhere, paying money for it or something. And of course, others who have even done paid sessions, the kind of journey we are taking. I mean, it's just good that if you see a good thing, it works good for you, you make it known for others to benefit. That's exactly what I am doing. It worked for me, it can work for you. It's not good for somebody to be left in their ignorance. This is not to demean anybody. Just like I told you, I am ignorant of any app that does, or any broker that does automatic dividend reinvestment. You can be ignorant in anything. Nobody knows it all. There are fields that I am very ignorant. And if I see knowledge, I am willing to go and learn. So please, we are on a mandate to rescue destinies. You are hardworking, you've gone to school, you've earned a job, you are making money, but you don't know what you're doing with that money, you will be shocked. Did you not hear Taribo West complaining that Nigerian footballers are ignored? The question is, what did you do with the millions of dollars you were earning as a footballer? Because I can count on my finger how many footballers are really making a lot of money from what they do and have invested so well. They are not in a struggle at the moment. Right? So please, let's go. Benita, I'd like you to come and respond to Cynthia. Cynthia is here. Cynthia J says, I am new here. And maybe she needs, oh, interesting. Benita already responded to her. Please come and talk to Cynthia. I want you to speak. Just make it very quick if you are available. Girl to girl. it always makes sense, girl-to-girl talk, right? So, Benita, please spare a little bit of your time, 2-3 minutes, just give Cynthia a talk. And everybody who is new, listen. Benita is one of our executives and also co-host and moderator in this live stream. Hello, Benita. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach.
We are glad.
Good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, Cynthia.
We are glad to have you. Now, girl-to-girl talk. Fill Cynthia in to what we are doing. Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say welcome to the club, and like I said earlier, that you're in the right place. So what we do in this community is to build wealth together. Coach being a founder and helping everybody to get wealth wherever we are. So now, starting from, for you to get started, majorly we talk about stocks and we talk about other instruments, other asset instruments also. But to get registered, to start with investing in stocks, what you need is a stockbroker. I would say what you need first is knowledge. But because you have coach here, many of us will leverage on his knowledge. So while we are trying to get knowledge, we start the process immediately. We start making money even before we get the full knowledge that we need. So what you need now is register with the stockbroker. When you register with the stockbroker, start learning. Go to coach's YouTube videos. Go to his channel. Everything is free. Binge watch on all those videos. You get a lot of knowledge. You see a beginner video. Watch the beginner video. It's going to put you through how to get started. Then when you now do that, we have a club, the Net Worth Investors Club. Join the club. A lot of us are already there also. That coach has helped us a lot. And one way or the other, for those that are already knowledgeable, we can guide others. To everybody, you have a lot of people there that are already knowledgeable. They tell you, when you ask questions, they can tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. That is what you need to do. So while you're doing that, you're also making money at the same time. So that's basically what we do here at Net Worth Investors Club.
Thank you very much. I know you are, yes, you have done well. Thank you so much. I know you are in a hurry, and thank you for making it that brief because we still have more callers to bring in here. Our sister, you have heard from Benita. Cynthia, I know you have a few questions. How do I get started? Never mind. Just follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM requesting for, number 1, the beginner guide video she spoke about. Number 2, link to the club. Number 3, link to opening your brokerage account. And then off you go. The rest is up to you. And we are sure you will make good use of the updates. We go on to the next callers. We want to treat as many calls as possible. We have 9 of them right now standing by. I thought we had Eva Mark earlier. Let's see. I hope we are not repeating a call. So every other person who is a beginner, that's the way to get started and enjoy this movement with us. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach.
All right, please tell us your name and where you're streaming from. We can hear you now. Can you tell us your name and where you're streaming from?
My name is Eva and I'm streaming from Benin.
Eva, thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
Okay, Coach, I was going through my app and I think I bought some stocks like that, but I don't want to do it again. Some were very good, but I want to get a direction if I'm doing the right thing.
Okay. Looks like we've lost you there again.
There's a stock I saw. The name of the stock is NFE, New First Trade.
Oh, are you talking about foreign stocks now?
Yeah, foreign stock. It's a US stock.
Are you in the Net Worth Investors Club yet?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the foreign stock channel and the day trade channels? Or you are just in the NGX channel?
No, I just joined the stock.
Okay. It will be good to get into that room. We have 3 key channels. Apart from the announcement channel, which we place announcements, we have the landing page, we have NGX channel, that's Nigerian Stock Exchange. Then we have foreign channel where a foreign stocks channel where we talk about long-term swing trades and all that. Then we have one exclusively for day trades, just update day trade runners for those who are good at day trading. I think it's quite dangerous. You need a lot of teaching to be able to do that. Otherwise, you lose a lot of money fast. So first thing is to settle down in the foreign channel, a foreign stocks channel, where they discuss a whole lot about foreign stocks, where to invest, what they're looking at, projections they are making, and so on and so forth. You need to get acquainted. The problem is the market is not open. The US market is not open during this live stream. That's why we are not focusing on that. And it's real-time data we are sharing. But in the group, they keep discussing it when we shut down here. That's why it's important. Join the group and then be a part of the discussion going on. Even if you are not contributing, you just observe. You will get used to some names to invest and easily be able to ask questions publicly. Don't talk to anybody who tries to come into your DM if you don't know them yet. Just focus on public discussion so that everybody is seeing the question, they are responding intelligibly, and you are learning from there. From there, you take it up. Is that okay?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Oh, what happened? I have mistakenly removed Benita instead of Eva. Okay, Benita, if you are around, please call back in so we can get you back in, just in case there are questions. Dr. Tu is our next caller. Then we'll also be talking to Shakiti Bobo and Henry. Dr. Tu, while we're waiting for Dr. Tu, I saw some comments I needed to respond to very quickly. Hi, Coach. What's your take on liquid and non-liquid stocks? That's illiquid. Shakiti Bobo is asking. Also, can you recommend any penny US stock? Pennies can be dangerous, but then we'll see how it goes. Shakiti Bobo. Liquid stocks that are easily tradable. On a daily basis, they trade volume, so you don't get stock that you have a stock you want to sell, you can't sell anymore. Illiquid, not traded often and not traded in huge volumes, so that sometimes you want to sell, you can't sell, you get stock. And the problem with such stocks is that even when there are offers in the market, they offer you the most ridiculous, 10% less than what it should be selling for, and you are stuck with always having to sell at a loss. That is if you see the volume to sell. So that's the difference between liquid stocks and illiquid stocks. There are so many stocks like that. So don't get trapped because of maybe a stock price without ensuring that you are buying a tradable or liquid stock. Protocol says, please, what's happening to MRS stocks? MRS has been delisted from the NGX. Now it's listed and being traded on the NASD. Nothing wrong with the stock. It's doing very well where it is. Okay, we couldn't get Dr. Tu on board. We go ahead with Shakiti Bobo. I think I just responded to your question. If that is what you're asking, you may just skip. Hello, good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Bola. Streaming from Lagos, Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Bola from Lagos. Please go ahead.
So you answered part of my question. The other one, penny US stocks is for long term. Actually, I'm looking at investing, buying some penny US stocks for long term. That's 5 years upward. Do you have any recommendation?
I have one I'm looking at. In fact, I want to do a video about it, but the stock is just leaving me and jumping away. In any case, I've started buying it. It's called Imperial Petroleum. Yesterday, it dipped 2%, 2.55% to $4.59. But if you take a look at the 1 year history, 1 year just gained only 8%. But year to date, from January till date, it's done 51%. 6 months ago, if you bought, it's 80%. In the last 1 month, it's done 53%. And in the last 5 days, it's done 12.78%. So, Imperial Petroleum, IMPP. I've already prepared the script for that video just to shoot it and share. That's what's left. I've started buying that stock. I was waiting for it to dip further to average down, but from what I'm seeing in pre-market, it may not dip. Though 1 cent difference is not much. Anything can happen when the market opens and it drops. So I am saying, in essence, that it has done 53% in the last 1 month, rising from $2.93 to $4.60. And I am expecting a pullback. So it's up to you now to decide at what point you are starting your entry. Thank you very much. I hope that's all. We go on to the next caller. 9 minutes more, 9 callers. Can we do it in 1 minute per caller? Henry, you are next. While we are waiting to hear from Henry, Coach, please, what's your stand with UPDC? I thought I've responded to this. Good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from, sir.
Okay, my name is Henry. I'm streaming from the UK, Edinburgh.
Thank you very much, Henry from Edinburgh. Go ahead.
So, first of all, thank you for the link you shared with me in the weekend that enabled me to join the Discord group.
All right.
Yeah.
Your flight landed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So on Monday, I was just listening by passing because I was on duty. So you are talking about some time ago how dividends used to be paid. They said check to you guys, you check through newspaper, all those things. So I've not received dividends before. You understand? So I start wondering nowadays, how is dividend received? Is it received directly to your bank account or to your wallet, or how do I get my dividends? For instance, now they are paying me dividends and I'm not in Nigeria. How do I receive my dividends if it is through check? You understand?
It goes straight to your bank account, no stories. A lot of times we don't even remember that dividend is due. For instance, 2 days ago, I even received FGN savings bond coupon. I just saw an alert. I didn't see an alert. I logged into my listen and then saw alert. Oh, wow, this one dropped. So straight to your bank account, no stories.
Okay.
Thank you.
Secondly, just a quick one, call of time. The stock you just mentioned to this our brother from Delta State, the RUDTE. I'm looking at my 212 account now. I cannot find that stock. It's not listed there.
Wow, that's strange. Well, some houses do not have it, some do. The ones we have and use have them. And that's why sometimes you need more than one app or broker.
Okay. That's all right for now. Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, another very good news that I hear is that Luno, the app that I use for my crypto investment, I've used them for more than 5 years now. Guess what? Luno is now offering US stocks on their platform. And I also hear Bybit does that. For those who do crypto on Bybit, please check it out and see how efficient it is. I understand that Luno and Bybit actually enjoy some seamless exchange in terms of naira to dollar exchange and then withdrawals and all that. So in case you are struggling with any snag here, left, right, and center with any other app, anywhere you are in the world, Luno and Bybit now offers US stocks. I don't know what depth of US stocks have been listed on Luno, but I intend to check very well, get my details right, and do a video in that regard so that you get out of some of these struggles you are faced with. You shouldn't struggle to withdraw or deposit or even change money in your foreign portfolio or app. Thank you very much. Why is it always Benita that goes off when a caller is done? I don't know. All right, so Raymond Official, Joe, and Sister Z, you are the next set of callers. We have just 6 minutes, and today's live stream is done. Do you have any crypto to look out for? I have only 3 outside Bitcoin. Ethereum is still okay, but let's see how low it drops around November, December. We have XRP and Solana. I know I have 2 others, but I don't have them offhand. I still need to observe them. But these ones I've mentioned, awesome. Hello, good afternoon. We lost that caller, and then we go on to the next. Oh, Chiejine Ogbome. How you got in there is miraculous. But let's hear you. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Okay, we're going to be doing it marathon right now. Joe, you are next. We can't hear Chiejine. We'll go on to Joe. From Joe, we can jump to the next caller, who shall be Sister Z. Hello, Joe, are you there? Okay, looks like Joe is not connecting. Want to maximize the time. 4 minutes to go, and we have about 2 more callers left after Sister Z. Hello, Sister Z. Good afternoon. All right. Looks like we're not hearing any sound from Sister Z as well. We will try to check Packwell. Packwell has been standing by for a while now. Coach, we didn't hear the crypto. Please mention them again. There are so many crypto faithfuls here. Well, I said Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. I think I have 2 others that I have checked out, but I can't really be sure which of them to mention right now. You know, for me, I've seen Bitcoin as too expensive, and so I look for the ones that you can still put in good money and relax, hoping it will do a reasonable run. And for me, I do not I don't go after meme coins. I go after coins that are gaining regulatory recognition and institutional investments. That's why after Bitcoin, Ethereum, I have in that order XRP, then Solana. My top 5, right? Top 5. Hello, good afternoon. Are you there, Packwell? Okay, looks like.
Good afternoon, Coach. I'm here.
All right, good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Melody. I'm streaming from Zurich, Switzerland.
Thank you very much, Melody. Your voice is actually melodious and looks like Switzerland is doing you well over in Zurich. Go ahead.
Thanks to you, Coach. Switzerland is doing well. I'm beginning to see the bright clouds since I started following you.
Awesome. Tell us.
If you are not following Coach, you are losing money.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I'm so glad. I guess you are the angel that God has sent my way.
Wow.
I'm in my late 40s.
Awesome.
So I'm really very heavily big on planning retirement heavily, and I'm kind of not so much interested on real estate anymore, though it has favored me in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And with this stock thing, I can't say enough thank you. I don't
Wow.
know how to say thank you.
Wow.
I would love to bring my flowers in less than 2 weeks. I should be in Nigeria.
Wow.
I want to personally bring my flowers because
Awesome.
now I can see that my plan for the pension,
Wow.
it's going well. It's going
Wow.
to go well, and it will go well to the end.
Amen.
I just want guys to know that, look, what Coach is doing, people are asking for thousands of it. I've paid thousands of it for this kind of information, for this kind of knowledge. I've been paying for it. And just to think of it that like a few months ago, I came across Coach free of charge.
Wow.
It's like, I don't know if people will really know. Like, I pray they know the value of what you're bringing to this table for us. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you is not enough.
Wow.
As I said, I
Awesome.
want to personally bring my flower. I'm going to DM you.
Awesome.
You've got a big fan.
Wow.
So my request now is like, I think I have a little bit of basic knowledge now on Nigerian stocks because
Okay.
I've been there now since 2001.
Oh, wow.
So I want to go on US stock. I'm really scared because going on US stock, the money is not for me. It's for my 25 years old daughter.
Wow.
And I want to go big on it. And she's really counting on me because she knows that money is good with money.
Awesome.
I don't want to make any mistake.
You don't want to fall your hand.
I don't want my hand at all.
All right. Not a problem.
I would love to do it here in Switzerland. I have small one, but you know the way the percentage is here, and our tax here they don't play.
It's a lot.
I think that she's so young, so I'm thinking if I put it here, if I put it 80% here for her, it will affect her tax in the future. So I want to make a smart move, like if I leave 20-15% here for her, the 80 should be moved into a place where she can get it, dividend or however she gets it, but it will not affect her tax and it will not affect my own pension.
Awesome. Perfect.
So
I can tell that Melody is actually set for a happy retirement. Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Never mind. I think
Send me the link to join the group, and I later found out that the link expired very fast. I went to go and download, so I'm still on the process. I'm not getting it right. So I don't know how to go about it.
never mind.
Really kind of appreciate to be in the group or even have a one-on-one, someone that will really guide me through a lot of things. I don't mind paying for it because this has to do with my future. Yeah, I'm already in with the 1 million challenge because I can see the picture really big.
Awesome.
Big ahead. I wish I even knew you like during the time of e-transact just 5 months ago.
Exactly.
You can imagine that, you know. So a lot of opportunities being missing out, but I'm not regretting. I'm happy I'm here now. I'm going for the UPDS rate and the UPDS both. I'm going for the rate for myself and the other one for my daughter for the 1 million challenge, and I'll go for fidelity.
Fantastic.
Then the other one I've started already because you said we can gather. It doesn't take, if you like, it takes us 1 year, 2 years. The final one is me. I'm really aiming big by God's grace. So starting from next year for the NIDF.
Nope.
That will be my final full stop for the retirement.
Full
if
stop.
I can get that 1 million challenge, then when I'm drinking my Red
All right. Thank you so very much. What a way to close today's session. Listen, you have inspired so many people already by your comments, and I can see a lot of people commending you that you are a smart woman. And I'm sure what you have just shared now will also inspire so many others to secure their future. That's all we're talking about here. The truth is, if you want, then you are the best retirement pension fund administrator of your life. No pension can take care of you more than the portfolio that you create for the future. So feel free to, whenever you finish your registration on Discord, request for the link again, and any other thing, make sure it's on Instagram so I can easily respond and guide you accordingly. That link expires particularly for the safety of members, so that all these criminals don't go about coming into the group uninvited, all right? So all I can say is you are an epitome of the crop of world changers we are looking to raise amongst us, right? So thank you so very much. And we can say, without mincing words, that your daughter is so lucky to have such a fantastic mother.
I'm lucky to have you. I work night shifts, but I've become so addicted to it now that
Wow.
I spend my time, because my time is to be 2 p.m. here to get the life thing. I've been on board since I've been awake. I went to go and take coffee. That's not the fact that I entered the house this morning, 8 o'clock.
Wow.
I can't miss out.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. What an inspiration. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it all. I told you before, you're not following me, you are losing money. Would you want to keep losing money and wait till when fuel is 2,000 naira per liter? We'll be here. We will see it. But by then, we would all be prepared for it, and it won't pinch us one bit. Thank you very much. All right, Benita, will you say your goodbyes? It was worth giving 4 extra minutes for what we have just heard. And if you are not inspired by this, I wonder what will.
Thank you very much, Coach, for all you do for us. I think Mrs. Melody has challenged every one of us to be here. So let's keep pushing. It's really a big challenge for every one of us. And like I wrote in the comment section that today's session is a must watch. You must go back and watch it again. Don't
Awesome.
think you had everything Coach said. Go back, pick your notes, and write. Because if you don't write, you will take action. So thank you, Coach. You have inspired us so much. God bless you, Coach. God will bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you. God bless you too. You've also done noble and helped out here today. Someone is asking on the comment section, please, when does this program usually start? Niger Z Global Empire. It's 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, and it's already 5 minutes past 2. Time is seriously against me. This is where we call it quits. For those members of Network Investors Club in the US and Canada or Australia, wherever you are, that time difference is a challenge. Never mind, 5 minutes after this live stream comes to an